Be bad boys from outer space. Get a body slam, the human race.
Oh wait, that's the wrong song. It's about time, you know. Star Fox is finally back, and yeah, it's pretty much the same as Star Fox and Star Fox 64, which isn't really a bad thing, but I kind of wish they'd expand upon the story and move the series forward. The game starts out with Fox narrating what happened in the past with James McCloud, his father, and how the Lilac Wars became to be. Then it fast forwards to today. We begin the Lilac Wars, and we're on a mission to stop Andross from taking over the galaxy. That's basically the scenario. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute, isn't that the same story as Star Fox 64? Yes. Yes, it is. I feel like the storytelling is pretty lazily done here. It would have been cool to be able to play through the prologue as James, or at the very least have full animated cutscenes and not just still images. And seeing as how the almighty Platinum God, throw those peace signs up, are working on this game, the lack of cutscenes and flashiness overall is just disappointing. Most of the story happens in the beginning of the game, and I'd be lying if I said I noticed the story after this part. Now for the moment that you're all probably here for. Maybe, I don't know why you guys are here. The gameplay. How does this game play, you ask? Well, let me give you a brief story about my failure with this game. When I first started playing this game, I absolutely hated it, just like Splatoon. Why? Because of motion controls. Having to constantly look on the gamepad, and then the TV, and then moving your arms in all directions to look at the gamepad to aim, and then looking back at the TV to guide the vehicle to make sure you don't get hit by any obstacles, made me feel nauseous while playing this game. I literally started feeling ill from playing this game, like I was about to pass out. Now I know I've said some pretty ridiculous and outlandish things in the past, so you probably don't believe me right now. Like once I walked into a hospital full of elderly people, they were all really ill, so I looked them all in the eye and just said, near. And they all became instantly healthy and young again. But I'm being dead serious here. I had to drop this game and go sit down somewhere to get some fresh air because the game almost killed me. So I went to the internet and asked for advice on how to play this game better. And of course, with the internet being the internet, I got harassed by people. They were sending me memes and hurtful messages. One guy sent me a gif of Kermit the Frog saying this is what I looked like while playing this game, which I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty hilarious. So I got no help there whatsoever. It wasn't until I got to the very end of the game when I was just flying around and I was like, huh, the gamepad has a minus button. I wonder what this thing does. It was a cockpit view on the TV. I had to pause the game, go to my bathroom, look myself in the mirror while slowly and gently dragging the tip of my fingers down the mirror, and I asked myself, am I becoming IGN? Do I not know how to do the most basic of functions in video games anymore? My gamer credibility just went out the window. But I really don't remember the game telling me how to do this in the tutorial. I even went back to watch my recorded footage, and Peppy never mentioned how to do this in the tutorial. So I started the game over and did a second playthrough, and I had a much better experience with this game. Everything just started making sense and working properly. I was able to get kills easier, and now I'm just having a blast playing this game. There's 3 different types of gameplay that you'll be focusing on. There's traditional Star Fox, where you go straight shooting everything in your path. There's all range mode, which is basically just dogfighting in the R-Wing or on ground. There's ground missions where you'll be playing as the Landmaster or the Walker. It controls more or less the same as the R-Wing. Only difference is that you're forced to aim with the motion controls, and to hover, you'll press down on the right analog stick. Sometimes there will be a mission in which you can choose to fight on ground or transform by pressing A to take the battle into the air. And lastly, there's the Gyrocopter. Here you'll be focusing on hacking robots and other machines by dropping Rob and letting him hack the machines. It also has a heavy focus on stealth. I know a lot of people will disagree, but I think the game looks pretty great. Some levels definitely do look better than others, like Corneria later on in the game looks better than Corneria at the beginning. Definitely not the best looking Wii U game out there, but it still looks pretty good. But while it is pretty, there are a few problems that I have with the game. For one, I think forcing motion controls does more harm than good. Most Wii U games made from Nintendo tend to give you options in how you play, whether it's Wiimote and Nunchuck, classic controller, the Pro controller, whatever. Forcing motion controls on a player, especially if the game doesn't really need it, just seems wrong. I would have loved to play this game with the Wiimote and Nunchuck combo because it works so beautifully in Sin and Punishment on the Wii. Now that's not to say that the motion controls are impossible to learn. You can learn them if you play the game long enough. It's just very frustrating at the beginning. Another thing, this game is really short for the price they're asking for. $60 for a game that'll take you about 3 hours to complete is a bit insane, especially considering how there's really nothing to do outside of playing through the same levels over and over again. There's no online, no form of competitive multiplayer whatsoever, no meaningful rewards for getting all the collectibles, nothing really. So I'm not going to give you my recommendations on this game because I really don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a good one.